So it's important that you spend time, going through all the official information on the RCGP website, so you understand, there's examples of different cases, there's some video examples of consultations, and there's also webinars that the examiners have run that cover, some of the core things that you need to know about the exam. But one of the things I'd recommend you do is actively identify areas that you find challenging and practice them. If, for example, you don't see much sexual health and you're not that confident in taking that history, don't wait till the exam to find that actually you really struggle with it, or you get embarrassed and clam up. You want to actively practice that beforehand. And you want to make sure that you've practiced cases across the whole blueprint. And if you can, work on doing at least one full mock exam so you get used to, if a case doesn't go well, clearing your mind and cracking on. Okay. Now, something that can help with that is our MRCGP SCA casebook. This was the first casebook with dedicated mark schemes mapped to the SCA mark scheme, which is different to both the RCA and the CSA, which were the predecessors for this exam. For every one of the 75 cases, there's a sheet for the simulator with detailed scripts that often runs into a couple of pages. So, whoever's going to be the simulator in your group should read that beforehand so they've got a clear idea what symptoms I'm going to present with, what are going to be my ideas, concerns, expectations if I'm asked them, how should I behave, how should I respond if they ask this, or if they say this, or if they don't agree with what I request. And there's also a full 12-case mock exam mapped to the blueprint so that that mock covers all 12 blueprint domains. There's a detailed specific mark scheme for every single case, not just a generic mark scheme. And it's mapped to the SCA mark scheme, but it also has some of the key learning points and links for further learning. And finally, then there's a doctor's sheet in the same format as the real exam. Okay, and so this is particularly useful, to use if they're in a study group. So you've got one each. Some VTS groups have used this as part of, teaching that they've run, and you could use it on your own if you just want to learn some of the knowledge base.